Good morning, everybody. As usual, when I film, I'm usually in my pajamas or something. But yeah, it's been a while since I've actually come on camera. But I thought it was probably going to be a good occasion because this is going to be the last time that our deck is going to look like this, because we're finally going to extend it. Love that basket. Anyhow, yeah, so I kind of wanted to show you guys the way that the garden looked right now. That's it's been a while since I've also updated on my garden. I had a lot of trouble with it actually during the spring, but it seems like it's trying to recover. So not much has happened actually. Everything's kind of the same as the rest of the years. There are I actually kind of forgot like the names of my roses, some of my roses, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna film a video and I'm gonna forget the name of my roses. But anyway, so I kind of like, I took out the old tags. Yeah, it's upside down because I was actually standing over on that side. It's been raining a lot. It's probably part of the problems that I've been having with my garden, but it seems like it kind of calmed down. See, all this is going to be covered by the end of the summer. Hopefully we'll be able to fix it. That's one of my first roses right there, the Cinderella. That's the one that I've been actually contemplating throwing away because it never performs, but it survived the winter in that pot. And it's actually doing better in the pot because that used to be on the ground. But yeah, so it's that pot was its saving grace. Here is a German red rose. I kind of forgot what the name of it is. It's like kind of a generic one from the garden center, but it's doing really good. I guess this is mainly about my Austin roses, and because that's mainly what I have planted in my garden. That rose, those two bushes there, they're called Nostalgia. And I might be getting the names a little bit wrong because some of it on some tags I see Nostalgie and some tags I see Nostalgic Rose, so I don't know. Yeah, and here is a very, very typical Hamsa rose. That is robust. That was probably the best decision I ever made to put that on that edge of the cliff because it's actually really steep and it is just like enormous. It's very nice. That is a Hydrangea paniculata. That should look very nice by the end of summer. There I have some creeping thyme, which I really, and the butterflies love it so much. So I actually decided to plant more this season. But that rose, that dingy rose, is the Claire Austin, and it has been such an awful performer. Like, I think last year it only gave me one rose. I'm not even sure. I'm kind of just letting it be for now because I'm either going to have to move it or get rid of it anyway because of the building that we're going to do in the back. But I had so many high hopes for that rose, and it's always like, it just does so bad. And most of my favorite roses actually got really had a really bad attack of aphids this year, but I think everybody did, from what I've heard. Aphids were really bad this year, and then the sawfly larvae kind of came on strong. But I actually found the solution at the garden center because they had discontinued all sprays and pesticides, which is good, you know, for gardens. But it kind of left everyone else like hanging, all the gardeners hanging, because we had to actually go out there and very organically get rid of the pests, which meant manually, and it is so backbreaking. So I actually found this spray the last time I went to the garden center, and it seems to be helping. So yeah, as you can see, like the damage here, I mean, I've had that on a lot of buds. So they're literally opening up to be nothing. And this rose is like the worst. It is such high maintenance rose. So many yellow leaves. So I don't know what's that rose's future. Anyway, yeah, the allium is kind of like the first bloom is starting to fade, but the butterflies and bees are still on them, so I'm waiting to actually cut them down. This is a purple rose from the garden center whose name escapes me, but that one is not, I don't know, it's not my favorite. I would say it's also actually very volatile to a whole bunch of bad stuff in the garden. My geraniums are doing really, really well, and this is another like German kind of like generic red rose from the garden center, and that one's actually been one of my best rose bushes that I've had here. Yeah, but it suffered from the pests as well. As you can see, I have like an abundance of butterflies. Yesterday, oh my goodness, before we mowed the lawn, they were everywhere. I had like 50 butterflies here. Anyway, moving on. Lavender is doing good. That's my Leonardo da Vinci, which also had some damage. You can see on that particular flower, it's like blooming all weird. But I think the other ones are going to be okay. Let's see if I remember the names of my Austin roses. There's another geranium, and this is Tranquility. And this is one of my favorite bushes, but it's suffering. And this one suffered so bad from black spot last year, and it's already getting black spot this early in the season, which depresses me. But I'm out there plucking. I'm here plucking leaves. Like, I try to do it on a daily basis, but as you can see, it's still creeping out. So if anyone has advice, let me know. But the flowers look really nice. And this is the, oh God, Georgia something. Okay, so I went to go grab my tags here. It is the Teasing Georgia, and that one was the worst. But as you can see, it's really trying to recover now. I doubt this time last year it was packed with flowers. It was so beautiful, but it has everything under the sun, from pests, from black spot, rust. Oh gosh, I mean it has everything. Poor flower. That is a phlox. Summer fragrance, I don't know, something summer phlox. That is the dwarf paniculata. I planted another geranium there. It just performs so well. And that is the Darcy Bustle, which also was attacked. And also trying to recover. It's beautiful right now. And here is like the king geranium of the garden. It rules over all. And there's the biggest queen of it all. She rules the entire garden. That's Mochi. Yep. And this one is, let me see, that pink one, Lady Salisbury. And that one, it's a good bush, but the flowers are kind of small, and some of them are very nice. I wouldn't call it my favorite David Austin bush, but when it's in full bloom, it's like, wow, packed with flowers. There's another lavender, and then that is the Pilgrim. And this one, oh my gosh, look at those flowers. They're so beautiful. Let's see, this is a close-up of the damage. But I sprayed last week, and I was out here spraying last night. And I really think it's making a difference. And this is a Port Sunshine. I also really love this bush. Some more little geraniums there. This one was also starting to get attacked, but it seems like it's doing better. Yep. And that is how the little garden is doing. Kind of like pre-bloom explosion from the roses, actually. So I'm probably gonna be back and maybe try and post a new video, but mainly I'm usually on Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. Yeah. So we'll see a big difference. Probably I'll try to film during the whole construction process here in the back. It's gonna change dramatically. I'm probably gonna head to the garden center today too to pick up some new flowers for the pots that I have in the back. It's kind of gloomy, but it's warm, nice, and these trees, they seem like they just never stop growing. Like our view changes every summer. It's weird. It's like they have no end in sight, these trees. The neighbors really, actually these flowers are mainly for the neighbors because they get the best view of the flowers because the sun shines from that side, so they lean usually towards the edge, so the neighbors over there actually get to enjoy the geraniums and the flowers that are blooming here. Yep, this one still hasn't started blooming. And that one's just not doing good. Okay, so that was my update. Hope everyone's doing great. Kind of miss YouTube, but I really don't have time. Oh, so many butterflies. There's just no time to film anymore. Busy, busy, busy. Bye.